Ambassador Kithara's four eyes blinked in rapid succession as she studied the holographic display floating before her. The data streams showed impossible readings, atmospheric processors humming at full capacity, massive construction scaffolds reaching toward alien skies, and thousands of heat signatures moving with purpose across what should have been a barren, crushing hellscape. "This cannot be accurate," she clicked to her aide, her translator converting the Zarathi clicking into standard galactic. "Run the diagnostics again." The younger Zarathi's antennae twitched nervously. "Ma'am, we've run them 17 times. The readings remain consistent." Kithara had been warned about human stubbornness during her diplomatic briefings, but she had dismissed most of it as typical galactic gossip. Every species claimed to be the most resilient, the most adaptable. The humans were newcomers to the galactic stage, barely 3 centuries since first contact. What could these soft, water-filled creatures possibly accomplish that the great civilizations hadn't already mastered? The transport shuddered as it entered the atmosphere of Kepler 442c, a world the Galactic Council had designated as unsuitable for colonization, Class 4, gravitational hazard. The planet's gravity was 3.2 times galactic standard, enough to crush most species' bones within hours of exposure. Even the mighty Gorvani, with their reinforced skeletal structures, required extensive mechanical assistance to function in anything above 2.4 standard. Yet here the humans were, not just surviving but apparently thriving. "Incoming transmission from the surface," her aide announced. The holographic display shimmered and resolved into the image of a human female. Despite being under crushing gravitational stress, she appeared remarkably composed. Her dark hair was pulled back in a practical style, and her brown eyes held in warmth that seemed genuinely welcoming. "Ambassador Kithara, welcome to New Mumbai," the human said, her voice carrying a slight accent that the translator rendered as Indian English. "I'm Director Sarah Chen. We're honored by your visit." Kithara struggled to keep her incredulity from showing. "Director Chen, our readings indicate extensive industrial activity on your settlement. Surely these must be automated systems." Sarah's smile widened. "Oh no, Ambassador. While we do use automation where it makes sense, most of our work here is done by human hands. We find there's something satisfying about building your home yourself, you know?" The transport descended through thick clouds, and Kithara's breath caught in her secondary throat. Below them sprawled a genuine city, not a collection of prefabricated shelters or underground bunkers, but a sprawling metropolis of gleaming towers that stretched toward the sky like defiant fingers. Maglev trains traced elegant curves between districts, and she could see thousands of humans moving along elevated walkways, apparently unburdened by the crushing gravity. "How?" she whispered, forgetting to address the human directly. Sarah seemed to understand anyway. "Would you like the technical explanation or the simple one?" "Both," Kithara replied immediately. "Simple version? We're really good at adapting. Technical version: selective genetic enhancement, progressive conditioning from birth, exoskeleton integration for heavy labor, and about 50 years of refusing to accept impossible as an answer." The transport touched down on a landing pad that was impossibly bustling with activity. Humans in form-fitting suits moved with purpose, their movements fluid, despite what should have been debilitating gravitational stress. Some wore visible mechanical assistance, sleek exoskeletons that augmented their natural strength, but many appeared to be working with nothing but their enhanced biology. Kithara's environmental suit whined as its internal gravity compensators strained to maintain standard gravity around her. Even with full technological assistance, she felt the planet's pull like a constant weight pressing down on her consciousness. Sarah met them at the airlock, and Kithara was struck by how the human moved. There was a deliberate economy to her, motions, a careful grace that spoke of someone who had learned to work with forces that would have flattened most beings. Yet there was also an unmistakable confidence, even pride. "The children adapt fastest," Sarah explained as they walked through the terminal. Through transparent aluminum windows, Kithara could see human juveniles playing in what appeared to be a recreational area. They leaped and tumbled with an energy that seemed impossible under such crushing gravity. By the third generation, we're seeing baseline physiological adaptations, denser bone structure, enhanced cardiovascular systems, more efficient muscle fiber arrangement. But why? Cathara found herself asking. Why put yourselves through this? There are thousands of worlds with standard gravity. Sarah paused at an observation deck overlooking the city. The vista was genuinely breathtaking. Terraced gardens climbed the sides of buildings, creating vertical forests that pulsed with earth-green life. In the distance, massive mining operations carved into mountain ranges while construction mechs assembled what appeared to be a space elevator. Because it's here, Sarah said simply. Because everyone said we couldn't. Because this world has resources we need and challenges that make us stronger. She gestured toward a group of children who were somehow playing an aerial sport that involved jumping between platforms. But mostly because this is what humans do, Ambassador. We don't just find ways to survive in harsh environments. We find ways to thrive in them. We turn barriers into opportunities. A young human approached, moving with the characteristic careful grace of the gravity-adapted. Director Chen, the council representatives have arrived for the evening session. Cathara's translator crackled as it processed multiple species communications simultaneously. Through the windows, she could see representatives from a dozen different galactic civilizations emerging from transports, all requiring various forms of gravitational assistance. You're hosting a multi-species conference here? She asked, incredulous. Sarah's grin was radiant. Why not? We've got the infrastructure, the hospitality industry, and honestly, there's something about conducting diplomacy under challenging conditions that keeps everyone focused on what really matters. As they walked toward the conference center, Cathara reflected on her species' initial assessment of humanity. They had been dismissed as fragile, water-dependent beings who would quickly find their limitations in the broader galaxy. Instead, they had found environments that challenged those limitations and had simply adapted. Ambassador, Sarah said, as they approached the conference hall, where beings from across the galaxy were gathering under crushing gravity to discuss the future of interstellar cooperation. Would you like to know the real secret of human adaptation? Cathara's antennae perked forward. Please. We don't see harsh environments as places we have to endure, Sarah explained, her voice carrying the quiet confidence of someone who had helped build a city where others saw only crushing impossibility. We see them as places we get to call home. Through the vast windows of the conference hall, the lights of New Mumbai twinkled against the alien sky, a testament to the simple human truth that there was no such thing as unsuitable terrain, only unsuitable imagination.